hello there. Hello. We are in the first Saturday of November. Believe it
not.
or well,
The second Saturday.
technically, I'm calling it the first Saturday.
You can't call it the ain't no technically.
I'm calling it the. Let me explain. Last week was just a week, you're going off Halloween and all that stuff. But for me, when it's really holiday time, when it's really in the muck, is when the eggnog comes out and I get my first eggnog. That's when I clock the month of November. So I try to get, my diabetes, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch out for that stuff. Don't want to be getting none of that. But if I can get maybe a good 4 or 5 eggnogs in between, my first one, I try to do it the first, full week, all the way up until, Christmas, then I'm good. So that's why I'm saying for me, it's one, because now it's really November to me. Now it's really something. I've been hitting my eggnog, I just like you be sipping your drink over there. That's how I drink my eggnog. I'll be working on it, all throughout. And that's my little, holiday slice of heaven. So for me, welcome to my first Saturday of November. And it's been a good one. Even though technically it's the second Saturday.
I got eggnog 2 ways. I got the regular eggnog.
Which way? Okay.
I got the regular eggnog. Then I got the Evan Williams eggnog.
Now explain the Evan Williams, because I'm not too fresh on that one. So break that.
Evan Williams you got to get from the liquor store.
Oh. Is that why you're wearing that shirt? One of my favorite shirts. Don't have the rest of it.
I had to go hit the liquor store today. Because I had to see if it was around, and it definitely was.
Thank you, Keith. Appreciate that.
That Evan Williams got that cognac, brandy, bourbon, whiskey, and rum in it.
The fudge.
Oh yeah, it's a 30 proof and it's a banger, buddy.
My God.
I got 2 half gallons of it.
Even the eggnog, you can't take a liver break. Even the eggnog.
What's the fun in that?
God bless. Jesus. You put the O in over delivered. God, I said, God damn.
I'm telling you, folks.
What up, Sam?
I got mine for $19 a half gallon.
Well, shoot.
I got mine. You better get yours.
They figure they're going to send you off. Well, whoever buys this, they're good for one. Thank you very much. We'll never see him again.
Now they got the regular Evan. They got the regular Evan Williams one, and it's got just some bourbon in it. But this other one,
yeah, it's not sumo.
Get the green label. Make it easy on yourself and get the green label.
God damn, you mess around, run through the wall to get to the Christmas tree, drinking that shit. My gosh, woo. Well, since you partaking in some extra over the top eggnog in your first full week of the month of November, go ahead and hit the saying on the shirt, sir.
What, this?
Yeah, that.
You want me to say this?
Oh, yes. Please and thank you. And add the ending to it. Give me the full one.
You want me to hit you with the Los Ingobernables de Japón?
Yes, sir, I do.
Even though they are no longer a faction?
I don't even care. It's the principle of the thing. We're keeping it alive. Sumo's representing. We're going to make sure that they stay alive.
But
that's what it's all about.
La Facción Ingobernable.
Hey.
In Ring of Honor and AEW.
Yep. That's 2 for 2 right there. I feel extra special. So I think we're going to have a good show. Sam is here, and he's already going in. He did told us. I guess he's really excited that Daryl Strawberry is in. Free. I guess that is kind of apropos since we just had the World Series. And then he's talked already into the government. So I'm quite sure there's going to be some talks about the government shutdown and stuff like that. Sam,
actually, Sam, is the translation is the ungovernable.
Oh, you talking about the shirt? No.
Yeah, that's what he said. Translation, the governments.
Oh,
but it's the ungovernable, actually.
Yup. Don't let him tell you again, Sam. Yup. Sam would probably reply back, man, fuck that shit. So before we get started, I know we've talked, was it last week? And maybe the week before and the week before that and the week before that, we talked about how, God damn, remember, we'll throw it back, take a little curveball. I don't remember the guy's name. And this is maybe 3 elections ago. I think he was running at the same time H. Ross Perot was running. But it was the black guy running on a premise that the rent is too damn high. Remember that?
We have not talked about Henry. What is it? Herman?
Yeah, what is it?
Herman, come on now. Something. Herman.
We haven't talked about it, but we talked. I'm getting there.
It's something simple. It's like it's not Smith. It's not Jones.
Hey, we got the first name.
Herman something.
But to that same vein, we weren't talking about the rent being too damn high, but we were talking about these WWE ticket prices.
Oh, yeah.
Too damn high. So you see the segue.
We have talked about that ad nauseum. Yeah.
So
ad nauseum.
As a guy, and I'll get his name and information out there because I really want to give him a public shout out on TikToks and all that other stuff. But he's been talking and he shows a lot of conversation about how he's going to these events and he's at this WWE event, at that WWE event, he's going into the Hall of Fame and he's gone to WrestleMania Superstore and all this stuff. And the website and the app that he kept talking about is TickPick. And me, I don't even do the daggone Facebook, the Facebook or the TikTok shops. I don't trust none of that shit,
Marketplace.
Well, Facebook Marketplace, the TikTok shops, any of that crap. Like, I don't trust none of that shit. What was the other one? Wish. I ain't got time for all that because I don't know who the heck going, get your information and all that lovely thing. But just had SmackDown. If you follow us on X, you saw my post. Well, not on X, on TikTok. I think it's actually KG may have put it on X and everything else too. But I said, well, let me just take a look and see. Now, 3 weeks ago, the ticket was too damn high. A month ago, tickets too damn high. Like hell to the gnaw. Even in the nosebleeds, hell to the gnaw. But I wanted to try to do something because I had to think about it as a young kid, what would I want? Concerned that, my son has the bug. He's a huge mark for Jey Uso, like stupid huge mark. All day, every day. He's playing Jey Uso's theme music. He's jumping up, yeeting everywhere. He creates his, we used to create, cardboard belts. He's creating them out of paper. He's creating little tables for his figures out of, I swear, hide your staples and your paper and all that stuff because he's then made some stuff out of it. Just got finished coloring Jey Uso's pants to match another outfit from the action figure. Like he's in. All I did was just, introduce him one time, took him to AEW, took him to SmackDown, maybe it was at sometime last year, and the bug just hit him. Like, this is my golden ticket to WrestleMania. Hopefully. So, needless to say, I didn't have that as a kid, so I wanted to go ahead and, surprise him. I said, shit, I'm not paying the prices that they are on Ticketmaster. That ain't happening. So, went to TickPick, rolled the dice, $25 seats the day of, up in the nosebleeds. Now, at the Bon Secours Wellness Center, it's really not a bad seat in the house, even if you are up high. But I said, if I'm going to actually do this, I'm going to do it the right way and get them somewhere where there's potential for camera time and stuff like that. So, $100 a seat. Camera side.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me stop.
Go ahead.
So the videos that you sent us in our group chat, that's where you were sitting?
Yeah.
And you paid $100 a ticket for that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, a month ago, those were $300 or $400 seats. $100 a piece. I could have gotten closer, like damn near ringside, but he's short and he's young, so I didn't want him to have the obstructive view because I know what that's like as a wrestling fan. You're just looking up, you could barely see, and I wanted him to really get because trust me, when I say he has the bug, he's got the performance side, but I want him to see behind the curtain a little bit. So I want him to see the camera. I want him to see the hard cam. I want him to see the clock. I wanted him to feel, and Lord knows, Cody's pyro scared him twice. He was freaking out with Solo, like, oh my God, I can feel the heat, off the flames. He got to see Jay Cargill, and there's something else that happened. But first and foremost, I want to put over TickPick. I didn't believe in it. Basically, in essence, you're buying somebody else's tickets, and they send them to you. And then I'm like, man, if this don't work out, I'm be really pissed. I want my money back. But in the Bonster Crow Wellness Arena, I swear the camera doesn't show how close we were to everything, to the ring, maybe about 15 to 20 feet away from the ring, 5 feet away from the stage. That's how close we were on both sides. But I'm going to share and post this because I want you guys to see where things are as it stands right now for Saturday night's main event and John Cena's last match. So you can see the prices as it stands right now. And, at its core, you can get in the door for $340, basically. The floor seats and stuff like that are still hot. Now, for SmackDown last night, just looking at social media, just random people stuff popping up, somebody got ringside for $100. If I would have waited, could have probably made that happen too. Didn't think about that because I didn't want to, first time, didn't want to roll the dice and stuff like that. But for anybody that's interested in the DMV, you could definitely go ahead and, check that out. $400 get you in the door now. I can guarantee you those $1,000 seats, they'll probably be maybe able to scoop one for about $200 the day of. So, Sam, I know why you put that up there, but it's not true. Like I said, I was skeptical. We're not sponsored by TickPick, but I just wanted to put that out there to folks because it was legit. It worked. I haven't been hacked or nothing like that. And, I'm real skeptical. I did Apple Pay, so that way I'm covered in case there was some stuff going down. But everything, was pretty legit. We walked in the door, everything scanned. It was a 4 set of seats, and they couldn't sell all 4. So technically, I just slid over, and had some arm room and some leg room and stuff like that. Here's where this situation really took it to the next level. The after show pop, we had 2 of them. We had a banger, Rusev versus Sheamus. That was pretty awesome. Son, had a little kid next to him, and they was all, talking and just enjoying the show, letting them be. They went close by the stage, and they after the show finished SmackDown, and just to try to see the wrestlers and stuff like that. The second main event was the Judgment Day, JD and Finn Balor versus the tag champs, Dragon Lee and the phenomenal AJ Styles, who hails from, as we know, Gainesville, Georgia, about 2 hours down the road. After the match happens, I'm not going to post it because, he's never going to wash his hand again, but he's right there at the rail on the far right side by, the stage. And AJ comes up and he's just shaking hands. And, I got to record arguably what will be, providing he makes it to WrestleMania, something that you'll see the video package that changed his life. His hand hasn't been washed yet. But to be able to, get the rub in essence, he got a handshake from AJ Styles, fresh off a match as he was going through. Man, was that worth it or was that worth it? That is what the spirit of WWE is all about. Hint, hint, learn the lesson, TKO. Period. So again, we're not sponsored, by TickPick or anything like that, but because I was able to get in the door and get great seats for the arena. Now you have to know your arena. And, I still went back and forth and was looking at Ticketmaster because you could see the exact seats on Ticketmaster to make sure, because I'm a stickler. Baltimore Arena, section 103, camera side, right there in the middle. Trust me, I know exactly where I want to sit. Every single time. Raw, Nitro, SmackDown, everything. I knew exactly where Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus, everything. I know exactly where I wanted to be in the Baltimore Arena. So that's how particular I am. But to be able to get, great seats day of, I paid and did the deed at 4:00. And then, on my way back up to, be able to pick them up and take it, I got the confirmation, everything was good. So if you're trying to go to Saturday night's main event, gentlemen, just eyeball it, see what happens. If the price is right, there you go. Anybody else that's watching, price is right, there you go. But just wanted to put that out there to you.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get that experience for at least for a little man.
I'm glad he had that experience. I mean, it wasn't my first rodeo. I've shook some hands and, wine and dined and hung out with some kings and queens and, all that other Dusty Road stuff. Remember how we used to have, they would have Ric Flair and Larry Zbyszko and Sting. And, you just be able to go to pick up your tickets and there was autograph signing and stuff like that. I've had my moments, but I never had it at his age as a kid. I wish I would. I wish there was somebody that could have took me. And everybody knew I was a wrestling fan. Trust me. That was without question. My cardboard belt and all the aluminum foil I used, trust me, they know. But I never had that. So to be able to give him that moment, that hopefully will pay dividends when he becomes WWE World Heavyweight Champion and takes it to WrestleMania and I get to go backstage. Those are the little things, just planting the seed there, just trying to call a spade, if you will. But that was that. KG, welcome. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm here, man. I'm glad to be here. And I was listening to the story here. I was listening to you guys in the car on my way back in the house, and
I agree, Sam. Who knows?
I just like that was a hell of a thing. And TickPick may be your stub, because that's what I use. I use StubHub for everything.
Really? Okay, yeah. I've heard of StubHub. I just, like I said, I don't trust any of that stuff. It's just, the repetitiveness of seeing it. I'm like, damn, this dude is everywhere. And I got here for $130 ringside. Like, kiss my ass. But, I say, hey, I roll the dice as long as it's a controlled thing. So, again, one of y'all could go see my man, Jonathan Cena, if you choose to. Now, WrestleMania in Vegas is not going to do too much for you. You ain't getting close without spinning a grip. No matter where you are for TickPick, you be like, God dang, we still all the way out here in the middle of nowhere. But that's what you go for.
Probably wouldn't be able to fly there anyway, being all this air traffic stuff going on.
Man, we got to have that fixed at some point, for real. All it is political jockeying for position. This has nothing to do with really whatever the heck they're trying to make it out of. It's just, whose is longer and when the other one's going to bow down. That's it. But we want to get on that soapbox because I'm still trying to figure out how we can, cure polio, but we can't cure childhood cancer. That's a whole nother story.
Well, you could kill childhood cancer if you actually put the money back into the research.
The research is there. How we can cure AIDS, we can't cure childhood cancer.
Well, again, if you put the money there instead of taking money from the funding.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Let's not get political, Jimmy.
Let's not go down that hill.
That's not why we're here.
That's not
right.
why we're here.
That's a show for someone else.
But I will say that Magic Johnson did go one-on-one with the great one and came out pretty daggone good. Just saying. That's all.
Well, I mean, most people say Magic never had AIDS. Yeah, he did. He had financial AIDS because he got rich.
Yeah, for real. He made people think like, hold on. And I'm just joking here, people, but he was like, hey, so I can get me a couple movie theaters and stuff. I just got to get me some of that AIDS. God dang. How you get richer when you sick? I'm sure, but that's a joke.
Uh-oh.
But still.
That's me.
So moving back into things, I just wanted to get that out there because, I wanted to celebrate it and put them over because, they did me a solid out of nowhere, just a whim to try to do something nice. But I want to talk about something on the other side because this also relates to SmackDown. Don't understand it. But this does not look good. We appreciate O'Shea Jackson Jr. for sharing this. But last night's SmackDown was graded an F by ESPN. Isn't that the same show or the same network your PLEs air on?
Wow.
Nobody told these people to at least give a grain of salt in somewhere when you just paid billions to get this product on your network? Like at this point, just lie to me, Jerry. Just lie to me. What's your thoughts? Because that's crazy.
Whoever this dude is doing these ratings for ESPN on WWE programming. Who pissed him off? I mean, did Triple H? Did Triple H not give him a comp ticket when he wanted one, or did Nick Khan piss in his cornflakes one morning, or what is going on with this guy? I mean,
there's no redeeming quality in any of his grades. Like, what do they have to do?
And was that it, or is that just the first paragraph?
That's just an excerpt from it. Because I know ESPN, they're a little special. So I want to get any more into the minutia. Like we sharing the share, so that way we're two people removed from getting in trouble from ESPN. Hopefully, we'll stick our toe in the water and see if somebody comes up and want to kill us. But we got to jump into the pool and try to get murdered.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I had to take a second here. Tell me you don't watch wrestling. No, Hot Pocket.
He sees you over there chewing on his Hot Pocket.
Yeah, I'm not chewing on the Hot Pocket. I promise you I'm not.
Hold on.
I'm not chewing on the Hot Pocket.
Well, what is it?
Damn, wait a minute. What is it?
Yeah. It's a Popeye's biscuit. Now shut up.
Oh.
Choking
on a Popeye's biscuit. I hope you got some water or something.
Raj, what's up?
I got something to drink. I'm good.
Did you put some some jelly on, or are you just going on natural?
I went on natural.
No, I heard something with some ice in it, so at least he got something.
Got sweet tea or something.
Got some chocolate.
Got a little Rock Creek cola there.
Actually, let's take a whole nother thing. I was at a church event 3 weeks ago, and I went to a food truck because they had trying to support Black-owned business and all that. They had a drink called the Tiger Woods. Now you laughing?
I think I know where this is going. Go ahead.
But I'm like, what is a Tiger Woods? Half lemonade, half iced tea.
They want to call it Arnold Palmer. They call it Tiger Woods.
I'm like, is that Arnold Palmer? Like, no, it's a Tiger Woods. Like, what the fuck? Like, just give me one of them. Random side note, but when you said that, hey Sam,
throw this at you.
Sam, we normally pretty cool, but this is one of them situations where you say something around some old players and they just knock you the hell out. You don't be adding no jalapeno juice and ketchup and hot sauce and then grape jelly on a Popeyes biscuit.
You don't need all
crazy? You that now? If you're going to Bojangles, you can do that's a Bojangles biscuit. You can do that on. Shoot, you don't know.
Hey!
What?
You will not be besmirching the good name of Bojangles.
I'm sorry. What? Churches?
The official chicken of the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Would you rather I say Church's chicken?
Nah, these days you can't talk about church chicken either.
I'm only talking about the biscuits.
You can talk about Popeyes all you want to. No, hey, those honey glazed biscuits at Churches, them shits is banging. I don't know what you're talking about.
They ain't banging at Popeyes.
Those are rip-offs of Cluck You honey buzzers. Those are rip-offs.
Whatever, them shits is good. I don't know about no Cluck You. I don't know about that, but
truthfully, I take the new red. I call it new because it's a new Red Lobster now. But the Red Lobster biscuits.
Oh man, come on now! Hey, I worked in college. I worked for Red Lobster.
I said the new Red Lobster biscuits.
When them shits came out,
we ain't talking about the hornswoggle that you was putting together. I'm talking about what's out now.
No. Them honey cheddar baked biscuits are the same as they were back then.
Well, shit,
same recipe. And if you get the box and you do what they tell you to do, they're going to taste just like the restaurant.
Oh, man. Okay.
Now I will say, what does she make? My wife made cheddar bay biscuits.
God dang.
They turned out better than
what the heck is she catering our get together? That's all I want to know. Every time I turn around, she in the kitchen, you eating a Hot Pocket. First of all, it's disrespectful. If the wife cooked, you should be eating no goddamn Hot Pockets. And she over there putting that work in. First of all. Secondly, when's she going to cater to get together?
I'm always eating something.
That's what she said.
Right now,
that's
I'm eating gummy bears.
That's what he meant.
Yeah.
So,
back to what you were saying, KG.
You will say that as soon as I put a mouthful of gummy bears in, but let me say something. Number one, O'Shea Jackson.
Sam, fucked up, Sam. I'm just that's fucked up. You really trying to get your ass beat out in the back alley. Somebody gonna find you Jay and Silent Bob style, look you up over the internets and stuff, and just show up. And clock, they're gonna nasty Carrigan you. Just hit you right in the daggone kneecap. I'm telling you. Go ahead, KG. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say this. O'Shea Jackson Jr., the hate that he gets for being a wrestling fan and having a wrestling podcast is unmatched, and it don't bother him. So I love what he does and keep doing what he's doing.
Yep.
Secondly, whoever this is at ESPN, just tell me you don't watch wrestling. That's pretty much it. Because you anybody that rates a wrestling show as a whole as an F,
no. F minus.
F minus. Now that's pretty goddamn. That's
F minus.
Come on.
How do you get an F minus? A 0 is an F.
Yeah.
Where does an F minus come from?
Hey, KG. Riddle me this. How you get an F minus and you got a nip slip in the episode?
Yeah.
Right.
How that happen? That at least get you a D.
That's at least.
That's at least a D.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
If the opportunity was there, it'd be some D. That's all I'm saying. I say, God dang, Space Mountain for real.
But this is the era we're in. Everybody that got a mic, and it's funny that I say that because we're sitting on a podcast, but everybody that has a mic and a camera think they're podcasters. Everybody that watches wrestling think they know. And you know, when an OG speaks about, oh, this happened before in such and such time, you should listen. This is just repeated and recycled. We're just watching it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy is so many people look down their nose, even at this new product of wrestling that we're getting. It's not the greatest. You know, it's not, of course, it's not the golden era. It's not the new era. It's not the Monday Night Wars. It's not the Attitude Era. It's not even Ruthless Aggression. But damn it, it's fucking good. I will say that. But to give it an F-, you did not watch Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know what you watched, but that wasn't it. You must have watched Paint Dry, but you did not watch Friday Night SmackDown.
I watched it. I was there, and I would have gave it a B+. Why wouldn't have got an A rating? Because God damn it, we didn't have any Yeaton, and Roman Reigns wasn't there. But overall, it's a pretty decent show. I got to see some stuff. Want to tell you. Oh, and I was a little bit pissed because remember we talked a couple weeks ago about, you know, whatever new diet these lady wrestlers are on. Got that going Jade Cargill on the same mess. She came into WWE looking like she could kick down the door, saw her in person, like, yo, did you miss leg day for 2-3 weeks? Jade, don't do that, Jade. Don't let him get you, Jade. But then Last Legend showed up and made up for it. It's like, woo! Yes, sir. Thank you very much. But KG, I do have something special for you. And I know that you will have as much vitriol for what I'm about to talk about as I do. So I'm just going to let you have the floor unless, Sumo, you want to jump in. You ready? Here it comes. This shit. Per Fightful Wrestling, TKO president Mark Shapiro said, and, you know, paraphrasing, a lot of our WWE PLEs were created by Vince McMahon. We need to get in the business of taking that torch and moving past it. In other words, we don't want to just deal in that market. We don't need to be identified by WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, Survivor Series, Money in the Bank. What else am I missing? War Games, even though it was dusty. But, you know, what the heck are we going to get? Crown Jewel 55? Technically, that was Vince McMahon too. But KG, that's you. I bought you enough time.
Sometimes you have to put it into perspective and you have to look. And I think the proper term, correct me, Sam, you say you're new generation, so correct me. The proper term that I would say to, what's the gentleman's name again, the head of TKO?
Mark Shapiro.
Mark Shapiro. The proper term that I would use for him saying that is SYBAU. So I think that's the proper term that I would use with that. So what you want to do? Huh?
What the hell does that mean?
I got you, KG.
I don't know.
Say it again.
SYBAU.
Oh, okay.
Let me explain something. Sam got it. Sumo got it. Sam got it. Don, I know you got it. Everybody
I got
else
it now, yes.
But I say that in the most respectful way possible because, you know, I'm out in these streets and I'm hungry. My pockets is empty. But you
Paul
still we're not going to do that.
White spaghetti.
You talk about passing the torch. You know what that said? When you said that, the first thing I thought about was when Jay-Z signed with the NFL. He's like, we got to move past Newton, son. You know, but here we are, what, 8 years later, and I'm still like, Jay-Z, what are we gonna do? You know, you had this brilliant idea, but you ain't told us nothing. What are we doing, Jay-Z? So, Mr. Shapiro, you want to take and you want to move past this? We got to move past Vince McMahon, son. You know, we got to move on. What are we gonna do? Because these things have been ingrained in wrestling for 40 years. And I'm just saying, 40 years. 40 years. And that's not even the whole time. From WrestleMania to SummerSlam to Survivor Series to Royal Rumble. These are staples. These are things that you can't get away from. These are things that have to happen. Once WWE bought WCW, they got the rights, and they bought everybody else too, but they got the rights to Bash at the Beach, Dusty Rhodes, Fall Brawl, if you want to do it. What was the other one? Shit. Now, a Great American Bash. Mm-hmm. You have all these things that are staples of wrestling that we're supposed to get every year. You know what month. You can't remember what day everything is. But you know, if you look on the calendar and at the end of the month, you see Royal Rumble, you automatically know, oh shit, it's Royal Rumble. It's the end of January. You know, if you see WrestleMania, you know it's April. You know when these things are. That's how some people mark time during the year, because you know what pay-per-view is when. We know it's November. Guess what's in November? Survivor Series. Guess what's in August? SummerSlam. These are things that we have marked time with for over 40 years.
Roadmap.
You're saying it's time to move past that? You don't move past something like that is etched in stone and cement. You don't move past something so iconic because you think you can come up with something better. We barely get Hell in a Cell. We don't get Insurrection anymore. What's another defunct?
No In Your Houses.
No In Your. Oh my God, the In Your Houses was everything. In Your House became its own thing to that the point where In Your House is a fucking game. Like, we don't get those things, but now you want to sit around and you want to take everything else from us to the point that you say we need to move past something. How do you move past something? Put it into perspective. How do you move past something that is a stalwart? Something that has defined the wrestling game at its top level.
Mm-hmm. For navigation point.
How do you move past something when they call WrestleMania? WrestleMania, the Rose Bowl, the Super Bowl are three of the greatest things that happen in a calendar year.
Actually, no way. There's one more, even though it's not a sporting event, but I would put WrestleMania as an expected thing culturally. And it used to be US or, an American thing, but it's tied in and synonymous, in my opinion, at the same level as the ball dropping in Times Square.
I'll give you that.
It's happening at this point, and you could judge your time accordingly.
But to move past that, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I think this is when Sumo was camping. And he was in the woods. I think that's when we talked about it. We talked about one of the greatest feelings of the year is when you get to January, it's cold outside. You got the the conference championship games in the NFL. Then that following week, if you got a week off for the Super Bowl, you got Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. Then you got the Super Bowl. Then the week after the Super Bowl, you got the NBA All-Star game. We got 4 weeks. Let me put it this way so you see 4 weeks straight, 4 weekends straight of like
bangers,
sporting bliss.
Minus the All-Star game.
Well, yeah, minus the All-Star game now, but it starts the road to WrestleMania. And when you get that, everything goes nuclear and we are in it. So you telling me we got to move past that? So what are you going to do in January? You're going to say, well, you know what? As Perry called it, I'm going to need some more blood money. So in January, instead of you having Royal Rumble to see who's going to be wrestling in the main event on the men's and women's side now, who's going to be wrestling in the main event at WrestleMania, you're going to give me another crown jewel in Saudi Arabia with some half-ass matches and a bunch of pyro because you get paid $500 million to do it? Or are you going to give me what I expect and give me Royal Rumble in the desert, somewhere in Arizona, maybe somewhere in Las Vegas, because it can't be on the East Coast like that unless you're going to put it inside. But you're giving me, hell, do Royal Rumble at the fucking Rose Bowl. I know you can get at least 150,000 people in there.
You can do it at the White House. Shoot, we're going to have UFC there. Why the heck can't we have an elimination chamber on a White House South Lawn?
That's another thing. Elimination chamber. Are we going to move past elimination chamber too?
Oh man, that'd be interesting though.
We barely get enough war games and things like that. We don't get NXT takeovers anymore. So you want to take more from us? Is what you're telling me. This is what you mean when you say move past things. You want to take more and more and more. Pretty soon, you're going to take so much.
Hold on. Stop.
How much time?
Just stop. Because I was waiting for you to get to the line. I don't want you to cross the line.
Okay.
Because I want to pass the torch over to Sumo. Because the question is about the line you was about to cross. With this is the second time, Sumo. First time is we pricing for the needs of the business, in essence, and we don't care about the families. Now we saying, your staple place, PLEs, nobody really cares about. We're gonna move past that. What else is left for them to do for the general consensus to begin to start asking for Vincent Kennedy McMahon back? What do they need to go?
It looks like they're trying to get us to want Vince back. This is a wrestling storyline. This is a wrestling storyline. They're doing everything they can to sell us on bringing back Vince. They're doing all the negative things that they can do to try to get us to be like, well, we need to get Vince back because Vince wouldn't go for this. Vince is going to bring back the prices for families. Vince is going to make sure that we get our WrestleManias and our SummerSlams and all that. It's playing out like it's a storyline.
Yep.
It's like they're writing this.
Yeah, like why would you say that?
Yeah,
on record.
But see, here's the thing, and let's play devil's advocate. Let's say this does happen. Okay, what does this do for everybody for the rest of the wrestling world?
It kills the collective.
No, not necessarily.
The collective thrives off of WrestleMania week, right?
Yeah, but go ahead. Pull on my coattails and follow me here. Okay,
I'm pulling it.
Hang on to my coattails here. Now, did they not send a cease and desist order to MLW when they were using war games?
Mm-hmm.
Did they not send out cease and desist orders to anybody that tried to use any type of copyright or trademark for matches that everybody does, but use their name that they use or their trademark while trying to do the matches?
Yep.
The AEW has a match just like War Games. But what do they call it?
Oh, it's the
Blood and Guts. MLW had to change theirs to something of the War Games or something. They changed it to something else, but I say let them go ahead and do it. I say let them go ahead and get rid of all of it, and then let's see what they do to replace it, to replace all this stuff. How are they going to replace everything that they get rid of that would have had anything to do with Vince McMahon? Everything that they are making money off of that involves WWE right now, that was created by Vince McMahon. They want to get rid of it. Go ahead, do it. I want to see how you survive after that. No more WrestleMania. No more SummerSlam. No more Royal Rumble. No more Survivor Series. Those four alone hurt you.
Yep.
That's your money. Those are your money events right there. What you gonna do? Oh, well, let's put together a spectacle. And we could of all these all of our different companies and whatnot, and have matches from AAA and TNA and
Worlds Collide 3, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All this stuff, and then what are we going to call it? Oh, I don't know. Well, we used to call that WrestleMania. What do you want to call it? I don't know. We should call it WrestleMania. That's what we already got. We already got a trademark for it and everything. No, we shouldn't do that, because that take us back to Vince. So no.
Plus, remember, they came to WrestlePalooza because they just didn't have anything, and they said, "Well, WrestlePalooza, yeah, okay."
It was a trademark.
But already somebody had a WrestlePalooza.
It was a trademark that they had when they bought ECW.
Yep.
That was sitting in a corner collecting dust, and they decided they were going to try to use it for something, and it wound up working out for him. And now I guess this is where he's getting this from, because he's like, well, WrestlePalooza wasn't a Vince idea, so why not? I guess that's what they're going to do. They're going to take all these different trademarks of all this stuff that they haven't used yet. So when they buy TNA, are they going to resurrect the King of the Mountain match?
Of course, and not put Jeff Jarrett or any credit to Jeff Jarrett. Probably
they're going to use Ultimate X.
Oh, you know it. All of it.
They had AAA now. You're going to start having mask versus hair matches and hair versus hair matches, and what? I mean, come on now. And plus, who is this clown anyway, other than the fact that he represents people that is a talent agent? He knows nothing about wrestling other than the people that work for him, he works for.
But he's the president. And he's seen the recipe of what they were able to do over at UFC. Now,
and what does UFC do? What does UFC do?
UFC
bases their everything off of wrestling. We've had actual UFC fighters who talk about how they've watched wrestling to try to promote themselves. How they want to leave the UFC and become professional wrestlers.
Because they've already seen it happen twice. Bobby Lashley, actually 3 times. Brock Lesnar, Matt 4 times. Matt Riddle, and the architect of it all, Ken Shamrock, and a loose second, Steve Blackman, and then definitely I was going to say for the women, Ronda on the women's side, and then she brought Shafir, Jessamine Duke, and then we also had Ace of Spades. Come on, give it to me. Ronda's girl. Oh my gosh, Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler.
So, yeah, It's possible. And then once they became under the same umbrella, notice how, in UFC there's a little bit more spectacle now. Dana White wasn't about that back in the day. Like, we ain't going to do that crap. This is a fight. Now we got a spectacle. Now we got slap fighting. I mean,
well, if you remember, UFC started out as a spectacle.
Yep, but then it was changed.
But then they changed it once he got involved in it. Yeah,
right. They made it a business.
Back in the day, in the beginning of Ultimate Fighting Championship, it looked like a wrestling show.
Yep, because that's the audience that they were trying to get.
Like a wrestling show.
Pitting, David versus Goliath, until Royce Gracie showed up, and then that changed the whole world right there. Like, wait a minute, what the heck? This dude ain't take the gi off. He ain't do nothing. He just throwing people around and tapped them out. All right, then we want to do that from now on. And thus mixed martial arts from that point. But yeah, we talked about it a year ago that at some point, the last thing you're going to hear about is Janelle Grant. Nobody's talking about that. Time has done its job. So now, if there's going to be a slide back in from Vincent Kennedy, time has done its job. Nobody's Me Tooing. Speak out movement isn't really, it's there, but as always, but it's not, still on the major tip of the tongue. Black Lives Matter has gone in a different direction. I mean,
wait, hold on. Let me stop you right there. The speak out in the Me Too movement. You know what killed that, unfortunately? When men started to speak out and say Me Too, they were brushed off.
Yep.
That's what killed it. And it shouldn't be, because it doesn't matter if you're a man or not. If you say something like that traumatic, like when Terry Crews came out and said what happened to him and he got clowned for it, that ruined the movement. Now, you mentioned Black Lives Matter. See, Black Lives Matter was ruined because the organization hijacked the movement to the point where it had to be separated. When we all should have been together, it had to be separated. It was black gay lives, black trans lives. No, you're black. We're all together. We don't need to separate. But then when it started being found out that the founders of said company, not the movement, was getting money and buying them houses, now they all on the run now and being investigated and locked up. But the movement's not dead.
No, I didn't say dead. I just said it went in another direction.
No. The company, the organization went in another direction, but the movement did not. And the only problem with the movement is every time it gains a little steam in recent years, somebody comes out and, they stand there loud and proud, and then they get a Cadillac commercial, and then you don't hear nothing from them no more.
Yeah, that's what I said. It keeps pivoting because the most dangerous thing, and this is just being honest, not trying to, again, be political or racial or anything like that, but the most dangerous thing that has ever happened to the United States of America was a nation of organized black people.
Yes.
And that'll never happen again.
No.
Once we lost King, we lost Malcolm, that was it. Never happened again.
You got one, but they make him into be a
and
villain.
I'm not disrespecting Farrakhan or anything like that. I want to buy from the nation, over there jumping down, beat me with a bean pie or something.
They make him out to be a villain, so
not disrespecting, the minister at all. First of all, I'm old as hell because I forgot, was it been 40 years for the Million Man March? Was it
30?
30? It's like, God dang. I never forget that day. I was there. It was amazing. So shout out to Mr. Farrakhan for organizing that. It was an amazing thing to be at and to witness. But can't happen. It will not be allowed to happen in our generation because it takes a level of well, the closest we ever got to that level of solidarity, but this was American solidarity, was 9/11. Because again, that was a common villain that we had to go after for 3 months, and then it went back to normal. But as far as for African American plight, yeah, just like you said, somebody's starting to say something. Hold up, let's go ahead and figure out how we could change that tune or dig up some dirt, whatever. So that's it.
We do have somebody.
Who?
Dr. Umar.
Oh God.
Hold on.
Did he ever get the money for his school? I'm not joking, but I mean seriously, because I totally forgot about that to see if he was able to get that money back or get that figured out. Because nothing else, if they're teaching the kids, that's people that are teaching and still molding the same, regardless of who it is. Won't need any good schools going down that are doing the right thing.
And to Sam's question, that's not true. What it was, you had people infiltrate and pretend to be BLM protesters. If you go to this is DC, this is during the George Floyd protests, and buildings were being boarded up. Nobody was riding, and it so happened that this pallet of bricks, and not whole bricks, I'm talking like brick pieces and rocks, was left on the corner in DC. You go up 2 more blocks, there was another one left. They were trying to start something. And then it was another group of individuals, I won't say who, that was trying to get young black males to start throwing things in New York. And it's a video of a young lady. She was trying to get them to throw rocks and bottles and things like that. They chased the lady to the car, and this young black lady opened the door, gave her a piece of her mind, and smacked her in her face. It was like, don't come to this neighborhood again. Because we don't do that here. It's peaceful. And, but the narrative got changed so much in the news. And once one person hears one thing that somebody says, just like with the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, it's about it's a disrespect to the military and this, that, and other. Everybody ran with it. Instead of figuring out what it was really about and doing your research, everybody just ran whatever they heard. So, no, that's not true. So, but at Dr. Umar, man, like this dude, I don't know what podcast he was on, but I caught like 5 videos from him yesterday. And when I tell you he knocked all 5 of them out the park and hit it dead on, the dude is right a lot of times. Sometimes he can be way off base, but he's right more than he's wrong. And I'll just say that.
It's going to be interesting to see what still comes out of, this government shutdown. And, hopefully that ends soon. And, it's a holiday time. They got to figure something out.
But if Vince comes back, don't be surprised. Because if Vince comes back, honestly, all's going to be right with the world. Because we're not going to lose anything, but if Vince comes back, he cannot be head of creative. He can't have a hand in creative to the point where he had it. I want to say that was post-COVID. And he ruined a lot of steam that they had going on, especially in NXT. When he took over creative NXT during right after COVID. Well, not even right after. We were still in the height of the pandemic. When they had the Thunderdome and everything, still ain't paid Don for that, not a damn nickel. But
nothing.
If he wasn't head of that, Keith Lee would still be a top star on the main roster. Hell, who else did he ruin? He ruined a couple of different people.
Dominic Dijakovic would, be Dijak still in the WWE.
Yeah. Mia Yim would still be Mia Yim. So yeah, and we would have never got what was that bullshit? What was that? Where they wore the mask and all that?
Retribution.
We would have never got that bullshit. Oh, yeah. Cause that and
we may have got the Nexus back though.
We would have never got that shit.
So speaking of coming back, according to Wrestle Features, there's potentially the opportunity, and I can kind of see it now, of a match at Survivor Series of Aleister Black and Zelina Vega versus Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes. Is that something you would want to see?
Who in the hell told you this was open mic night, bitch?
That would be a nice little, stare down session. Or they both be on SmackDown.
Well, you had Cody and then Malachi Black in AEW.
Yeah.
That went very well for them. That was a nice storyline that they had, a nice series that they had. So they're probably basing this off of that. Now again, Zelina Vega's part in the whole thing. I mean, all they're doing is rewinding Seth and Becky right now with this here, with the slap and everything. But I mean, I can see it happening. They need to do something with Aleister Black.
Right.
I say, is it Aleister Black? I say, yes, it's Aleister Black, not Malachi. Okay. Malachi was AEW. Okay. Yeah. So they need to do something with Aleister Black in this way because they really didn't do that in his first run when they should have. He's not going to get the title, but to put him in the position.
Who's to say he wouldn't get the title?
I say because I don't think they would put him in. I don't think they would give him the title. I don't know if he's ready for it yet.
I think he's ready. I don't know.
He's ready as a wrestler.
On the Zelina thing.
He's ready as a wrestler. As a
Cody
wrestler, he's ready. But as far as storyline and his time within coming back in the WWE, I don't think he's been back long enough to establish himself to be in that position.
I agree, but what we just saw with Chelsea Green may also change that. Chelsea showed up in 2 minutes, took the belt off of Julia, walked out as the women's U.S. champion.
Yeah, but look at that comparison. Julia wasn't doing anything with that belt.
You're missing a common denominator. There's people involved. Alba Fire was involved in that match. Drew McIntyre was involved in the main event. He just happened to just Claymore the ref. Who's to say he doesn't? Again, is his beef about the championship or his beef with Cody? He Claymores Cody, Aleister Black. Cody bounces, he falls back into the turnbuckle, then comes forward, catches a black mass, 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black is the new champion. If they're shaking it up, Jade Cargill is the new champion. Tiffany Stratton should have been thrown a long time ago. Road to WrestleMania is coming. You said it yourself. Cody is better at what?
Jason was.
What pay-per-view? Which one of the majors is on the horizon? The way this year is going.
Survivor
Royal
Series.
Rumble. No, the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
trying to shake up. I know it's a far-fetched thing, but I'm just saying it's not so far out of the purview of what the heck just happened. Because they what are they chasing now? Their own, sub network is giving them F minuses. They charge you more, so they got to put butts in the seats. The only thing left, if they're not going to go, and John Cena's about to leave, so what do they have? Shock and awe. Saturday night's main event, Jade Cargill became champion. She's going to speak on SmackDown. I got to see what Jade going to talk about. 30 seconds. I am that bitch. Drop the mic. That's what you came to see? There you go. Now she's got a match with BFAT. But all they got left is shock and awe. That wouldn't be on anybody's bingo card for Aleister Black to become champion.
But
that would give Damian Priest a lane.
I'm gonna say something. Damian Priest already have a lane, and they missed the window with Damian Priest when he was world champion.
But not a championship lane.
What?
They
didn't do anything with it when he had the strap on him.
But I'm just saying, shock and awe. If they're going to shift and move the thing around to mask this and cover up this, shock and awe. Nobody will be expecting it. Cody gonna get it back. She's gonna sign to the contract. He's gonna get a champion. It's not like he's not gonna become champion again. We know that. He's gonna get the belt back. But really, what is happening with Cody with the championship now? Truthfully, it just is something nice and shiny to go with a suit, because there's nothing laid out for him to really sink his teeth into. There's no Roman. He's not feuding with Solo and the MFTs.
So let me get this straight. So because there's no Roman, he's not feuding with Solo, Fatu, anybody. He can't just have a run where he's just, I'm not going to say squashing everybody, but he can't have a run where he's defeating a Drew McIntyre, a Randy Orton, a Aleister Black. He can't just have a run where he's defending the title against anybody and just rolling. He can't just have a run. He has to be
they need
head to head like that.
He can. It's one thing to be champion, but the problem is he's coming behind Roman Reigns. And the one thing Roman Reigns had going for him was that every match that he had, especially on the PLEs, you believed in that situation because the promos and everything was to the uninitiated personal, for lack of a better term. You could see that it was something. It was, the claws were in it was locked in, and that's why Roman was the guy, because his delivery, everything was locked in. So you knew it didn't matter who it was, especially when it was the bloodline thing, as it transitioned over, leading up to Cody, all that stuff, Cody 1, Cody 2, it was locked in, and you believed. Cody can have a match, but you can see the difference in promos. Last night he cut a promo. It was a championship promo. But if he's cutting a promo against the Roman Reigns, he's cutting a promo against Seth Rollins, he's cutting a promo against somebody at that level, there's a difference that is visible, because you can see that the heart is in it at a level. And that's the difference, in my opinion. Tell me if I'm wrong, Sumo or KG, between Roman and Cody, is that Roman just made you believe that shit was damn near real. I'm in God mode right now. When he was talking trash, I don't know what y'all problem is. Can't you see me? I mean, like, Roman is just like, what is happening? This guy is just locked in. Damn right he better win that championship, whether you hate it or not. And when you didn't have Roman, you had Heyman. He's better chasing. But he needs an avenue to be able to be, to have it removed to chase again. Sumo, you're quiet. Thoughts?
Cody is in transition.
Transition to what?
Cody is on the verge of turning heel.
They not.
The signs are there.
They've been there for years. They're not committing.
The DDT to the belt against Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Drew introduced the belt, but Cody didn't have to use it. Before that, Cody Rhodes at Saturday Night's Main Event using the belt to get a disqualification against Drew McIntyre. He's doing, and the facials. Look at the facials that he's using now. If you go back to his indie run,
I don't trust him,
Sumo. Run. You see, the facials that he's using are the same ones that he used during his heel run in the Indies.
When he became the American Nightmare.
When he first became the American Nightmare. The turn is, and now he's going on podcasts talking about his eventual retirement.
After he signs his next contract, which probably is going to be 3-4 years. That's why, that thing is just a sizzle. So I'm like, well, shit, we got him for 4 or 5 years. So, he's in. And then a Legends contract. But Sumo, here's my retort.
It's a slow burn. I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon. It probably won't even happen within the next year. It's a slow burn, but it's going to happen. It's a slow transition, and you're going to see him doing little things, just adding on to this. Why did he end up doing that? Why did he do it this way? Why is he saying these things?
So then with that, then why can't he drop the belt?
He can't drop the belt.
He can be free.
I'm just saying, who does he drop the belt to that would make sense?
It doesn't matter.
Wait, yes, it does matter. It
matters.
It's the situation that's created.
I get what you're saying as far as the shock and awe situation, but bottom line is it still has to make sense. Now, I'm not saying that they couldn't turn Aleister Black into that person. They can work a storyline and work everything to make us believe that Aleister Black is the guy that needs to have the belt. That's what they do. That's what they're best at. That's what they're supposed to do. But by the time they do that, it will make sense for Aleister Black to have the belt.
And I agree. I'm just saying, and it doesn't have to be Aleister Black. It could be Rusev. It could be anybody.
Right. It could be anybody. Hell, they can bring back James Ellsworth.
Yes. But
as long as it makes sense.
Right. And that's the framework with Drew McIntyre, because Drew is not coming for the title. Drew is coming for Cody. So if he costs Cody the belt, that gives Cody a couple more promos in there. And then he has that oomph in it with his promos to be able to sell. We're a click away from being able to put butts in Allegiant Stadium.
They're using Drew McIntyre on Cody like they used CM Punk on
Seth Rollins.
On Drew.
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah. Agreed.
But hold on. If you take the belt off Cody, who was I talking to? Was it me and you, Dario, talking? And I was saying that Cody's the face.
Dario over there?
Yeah, of course he is.
Come over here and look at the screen. I got something for him too. I ain't forget. I got something for him.
I was telling you that Cody's the face of the franchise right now, right?
Yeah, because we were talking about, I think,
right.
Tell him get closer. Tell him get over here and take a look at this.
Come on.
WrestleManiacs got a funny post for him, man, because I know he's in mourning.
Come on around the corner.
Get in the game?
There you go. That's just for you.
When's GTA 6 gonna be released? It's pretty hard.
That goes CJ. 58 years old before that game come out.
But I say that because Cody's the face of the franchise. Right. Cody, only other person that you could put the belt on, and you can't do it because they're on two different brands. Well, actually, you can because they both of them on SmackDown. No, Jay's on Raw.
Jay's on Raw.
Yeah. So the only other person that would be viable to put the belt on that's over is Jay, but Jay can't do that. AJ Styles, no. AJ Styles 6 years ago, I would have said yes. AJ Styles now, no. And
AJ Styles about to retire in 2026.
Why can't he get it in his retirement year?
That's next year. We talking about right now.
He's in it now.
He's in his last days now.
He's in it now.
Let's put it this way: AJ would make more sense than Aleister Black.
The face that runs the place
right now, to me. And this is my opinion. This is only my opinion, but I would say AJ would make more sense than Aleister Black right now.
Okay.
You just don't want to see Cody lose the belt, and I get it.
But no, it's not right now. Let him have that run. Everybody else gets these
where?
Hold on.
Get where?
Hold on.
What is the end game?
Hold on.
Okay.
Everybody else gets these runs. Jay didn't get a run. Cody didn't get a run the first time. Now you're talking about taking the belt off him now. When are they gonna get their runs? When are they gonna get their Roman runs with Roman and Brock Lesnar?
They're not Roman.
Roman is an anomaly. They're not gonna do that.
Okay,
they're not gonna do that anytime soon.
It can't happen.
Roman just had to show up.
That can't happen.
Roman showed up. He showed up on SmackDown every night, every Friday. Brock showed up every 30 days. When is somebody else gonna get that type of run and that type of rub? Everybody don't have to drop the belt.
And see, my thing is with you is how you talk so much about Brock Lesnar, his run, and you don't talk about Roman and his run.
I knew you was gonna go there.
I knew you. Yeah, you knew it was coming. You knew we opened your mouth. Because we did the math, remember?
Yeah.
We did the math, remember?
Yeah.
My cup.
Roman Reigns defended that belt at least minimum 45 days at a time.
Hold on. Careful, Sumo. You know you're going to turn the camera off and go get a Hot Pocket. Don't lay it on too thick.
Nah, he ought to be good and full now. He done had gummy bears. He done had drinks. He should be good now. I ain't worried about that no more. He'll get dessert later, but that'll be off camera.
That's right. That'll be exclusively for
That'll be for the OnlyFans page. Anyway,
but I'm being honest. The end game. You say, what's the end game? Why can't he have his run like everybody else? Jay never got his run. Jay should have a run. Somebody said it last week. I want to say it was on the show, but it may have been on social media. And they said that Jay Uso has the aura, the entrance, and the theme that's over and it's white hot, but his in-ring skills lack anything to be a champion. That's why they'll never put the belt on. Now it's like, what are you watching?
Well,
because he had a botch in CM Punk on Saturday Night Main Event.
Do you think? Off of? Do you? Let's explore this.
Okay,
let's explore it. Now, rumor in your window, whatever you want to call it, saying that Jay was under the influence during that match.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why CM Punk did all the things that he did during that match. Him throwing the water on him on the outside, him kicking him in the head after the botch. There was another botch in that match too that CM Punk reacted to. Now, you got a precedent. They did it, with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was supposed to be the golden boy too now.
Yep.
Jeff Hardy was in the same position as Jey Uso at this point. And what did he do? He was Jeff Hardy. Now, what Jay did or what happened and got him in that position for during that match, I mean, it wasn't as bad as Jeff Hardy and Sting in TNA, but it was up there. Do you put your trust in your TV time and your championship and your storylines and the safety of your wrestlers in the hands of a Jey Uso at this point?
Yes.
KG?
Yes. Because if that was something, we can address that and we can get that under control now. We know that if that's the truth. But I guarantee you, if you stood, we can go anywhere in America. And if you stood in the middle of a mall, everybody's hustling and busting. It's holiday season, so you know it's gonna be packed. You standing there, and you stood in the middle of the mall, 2-level joint, old school, and you yelled out 4 letters, 1 word.
All right, the one time that that's being said, the one mouse.
Served it up for him on a silver platter.
Really?
Put it right there in his face.
Really?
Put the fork in his hand.
Hold on, rewind it. Hold on.
In his hand.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
The fork
KG,
right there,
KG.
And he didn't want to eat. Look at it.
KG.
Look at it.
Go ahead.
If you stood in the middle of a mall in America during the holiday season, 2 levels, and you yelled out 4 letters, 1 word.
Yeet.
The whole mall gonna do it.
All right, get out.
Who else do you have over like that? Yes, I would trust everything to Jey Uso because he is over right now. This dude comes through the crowd.
Counterpoint.
Order. Now, if you call me a handkerchief head ho, we got a problem. But go ahead.
L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
He ain't getting the belt no time soon either.
But I sat here on this show and advocated for that. I've been advocating
I know
for
you
that
did.
for years.
But if it was you and your merch was selling, so you're making a lot of money. You're on every week, so you're making a lot of money. You're in PLEs a lot. You're making a lot of money. But yet you don't become champion or world champion for a while. Are you going to complain when you're that over and getting paid? Or are you going to wait until the opportunity is right and you become champion? Which one are you doing? You only got those 2 options.
I'm not going to complain because I know what side my bread is buttered on. So it's not going to help anybody to complain. But you also got to remember, you got to pay your dues. Number 1. Number 2, they could actually, you know what you could do with LA Knight? You could put the Intercontinental Championship on him. But these supposed to be, Dom's never going to get a world title shot. He's been an Intercontinental Champion for long.
Think he not?
What?
Think he not?
Soon?
He gonna get the championship before LA Knight.
Yeah,
Well,
at this point. Yeah.
If he does, great. But Dom should have, as hot as Dom is, and I've said it here before, if the Intercontinental Championship meant what the Intercontinental Championship's supposed to mean, Dom should have been your number 1 contender. He should have been battling for one of those belts anyway. Just saying.
Well, that's been dead with the dodo for a while now. So yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. The Intercontinental belt is an independent belt. It doesn't mean what it used to mean anymore. So that's dead. That's a foregone conclusion.
Once we got to the point where the Intercontinental belt was the top belt on SmackDown or Raw at one time, where it was the top belt.
Back when the Intercontinental belt was more important than the world title.
Right. It lost its luster, but I always go back to it, and I hate to seem like I harp on it. Like, I feel like an old head talking about the good old days. And you be like, what was the good old days? I was here. Wasn't no good old days, but I like to go back to it. And I remember when you had 3 up-and-coming stars. Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. And they were all battling for the Intercontinental Championship. And then you know what happened? They went back and forth with that belt, beating the hell out of each other. And then when they came up and they moved to main event status because they had put their work in, it was just as good when they were battling for the WWF title because it's one belt that controlled the whole entire company. you don't understand how many stars you can build with the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title. If you brought back the TV title, you don't know how many stars you can build. How many stars were built as TV champions in WCW?
That's what the Intercontinental and U.S. title is for WWE.
And but you're building stars, but you're not really building stars. Because you give it to one person and then you sprinkle them around sometimes. Sometimes you oversaturate, but you don't do it the right way.
Well, that's because they have a problem of having too many stars.
And not the belts.
It's the problem of having too many belts.
No, it's not. No, they have more stars. Everybody, I mean, we make an argument for Jay. We make an argument for LA Knight. We make an argument for Drew. We make an argument for this person. We have the Bruce said that they've got a lot of star power, but everybody can't be the guy or the gal all the time. You got to have the transition, and the only way to solve that is the belt has to be dropped a lot.
So we've talked about this in the past also. My theory on the number of titles within WWE. Okay. If you had one champion, one world champion over the whole company, imagine how it would be at that time. So think about it. One world champion, one women's world champion, one world tag champion.
But we saw the world champion because remember, Roman had both belts for a moment.
And what happened? They had to build on the Intercontinental belt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my point. You have one champion over the whole company as a whole. And you use the Intercontinental and the United States Championship as the top titles for each show.
Yeah.
The champion has only got to defend that title every 30 days. That Intercontinental belt and that United States Championship belt should be defended on a regular basis on television damn near every week.
That's the workhorse championships.
They are supposed to be the workhorse championships. That's why they don't have them both on the same show. That's what the whole purpose of putting them on different shows is for. Because they're supposed to be those top titles for those shows.
That was a Vince McMahon thing, by the way.
Not the World Championship.
You know what?
The World Championship should be treated like Andre the Giant was treated. It should be an attraction. You should be able to start a show surprised at seeing the world champion on the show.
Yeah, because I remember we had that conversation. I was telling you guys about how as I got older, I didn't really care for Hogan that much because bro never showed up on Superstars. He never showed up.
Yeah.
It was only pay-per-views. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't get pay-per-views like that. You saw that stuff, later. But, yeah, no. And that's when you explained it to me, Sumo, that, hey, that wasn't what he's supposed to do. Long as he defended within 30 days, that's your main attraction. That's how it is.
Right.
But now when I got older, seeing a Monday Night Raw and the WWF title is being defended as the main event on Raw or the main event on SmackDown, I was spoiled. But I also got the Intercontinental Championship. Sometimes I even got the European Championship defended there. During that time of the Attitude Era. Sometimes you would have 3-4 belts on a regular Monday night. It's a Monday in July. Ain't nothing on. But you walk in there and you got the championship being defended at the main event because it's something that happened on Sunday Night Heat the night before. Or you got something that happened last Thursday that carried over on a Shotgun Saturday night, that carried over on Sunday Night Heat, and now it's on Raw. And you got the birth of August 1999, the birth of probably the second greatest tag team of all time in the Rock and Sock Connection.
Oh,
You can't beat a Monday night like that. You can't beat that. You going to bed like, oh my God, I can't wait to get to school tomorrow. I can't wait to get to work tomorrow. Did you see that?
Well, you can't have those conversations because of social media. It's dead.
The,
Talked about that too.
The whole purpose of wrestling is to fight for the number one headband. Anybody who knows that reference, put it in the comments, because I know there's not too many people that know that reference. You're fighting for the number one headband. You shouldn't be able to have access to your world champion. Period. You should not have readily available access to your world champion. It should be a privilege and a pleasure for you to see your world champion on regular television outside of a promo.
But they can't do that no more because the networks are paying. We saw that with Roman Reigns, with Fox. We want Roman on SmackDown. So we're going to pay you more to ensure that we get Roman on SmackDown. And that's what started the whole bloodline.
He can have Roman on SmackDown, but he doesn't have to defend the belt on television. He should only be defending that belt on PLEs and pay-per-views.
And for the most part, that's what he did. This SmackDown match is what?
He did. Roman did what he was supposed to do.
And
Brock
he got the 4-year
did what he was supposed to do. That's
Did you
why
say that? Wait a minute, hold on. Say that again. Say that again for the KGs in the room. Say it again for the KGs in the room.
Because you're not supposed to have readily available access to the world champion.
Did he say Brock Lesnar? Did he say Brock?
That's what the Intercontinental belt is for. That's what the United States title is for. You're supposed to go after those belts and become number one contender. When Randy Macho Man Savage had the Intercontinental belt, what did he always say? This belt makes me the number one guy for the world title. That's how it's supposed to be. The television title was supposed to lead you to the United States title. The United States title leads you to the world title. That's how it's supposed to be. It's levels to this shit. You're supposed to be able to work your way up to the world championship.
You see, you got him fired up, KG.
Somebody's not supposed to come in and just be like, okay, I need to work. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule where somebody comes in and they've been hot somewhere else. You bring them in as the hottest acquisition and whatnot, and you give them a title shot up front, and they lose it. They're supposed to. Okay? But then you do that to knock them down to the bottom and make them work their way back up. That's what's supposed to happen. Now, you put a belt on somebody, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything.
I'll give you that. And I agree with you. That's what I've been saying for years, that the Intercontinental the belts don't mean anything. Now, I know we don't agree with the championship thing because you grew up the right way. I'll put it like that. You grew up the right way. I grew up spoiled in the Attitude Era. So it's kind of crazy, but if you're not going to build your stars, and I said this about the women's division, I said the women need some type of Intercontinental belt. They don't. They got it now, but they got one. But
they got the United States title too.
Okay. 2. But we can't see we can't see the next crop because you're bringing people in, like when they brought Ronda Rousey in. What was it? She was in for what, 2-3 months before she was champion?
Well, that was an exception to the rule.
Okay. What about when Bianca Belair was champion? Becky came back after having a baby, and 35 seconds later, she's champion.
That was some BS.
You destroyed everything that she had worked for and she built in 35 seconds. Squash match. When you could have built that up.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
It is. So we're gonna take that opportunity.
That is a whole nother conversation that we can talk about right there.
We're gonna take that opportunity to transition because I do want to give Sumo the opportunity to talk about this because sliding a little that's just Nubian. But you go ahead and cover this, Sumo.
Okay, so there was a match between a guy named Yuto Ice and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, Yuto Ice is a member of the Knockout Brothers. It's a tag team that's part of the Bullet Club War Dogs. Now, they were part of the dojo, the New Japan dojo, went off for 2 years to excursion over in Mexico. They went to Mexico. They went to the United Kingdom. They built themselves up as a tag team. Him and a guy, this German guy, Oscar, like a six. I want to say he's like 6'7", 6'8". He's a big guy, but they put together this tag. They were in the dojo together. They were doing tag teams together. When they graduated, they decided they were going to stick together because they were good. They felt like they were good together, and they became a tag team during excursion. They came back after 2 years, after a great run. They had a great run together, building themselves up. They joined the Bullet Club War Dogs, and now they are the IWGP Tag Team Champions. But they were in their home. But Hiroshi Tanahashi and Yuto Ice went to the same high school, not together, but they went to the same. They attended the same high school, and about a week or so ago, they were in that city where the high school is, where they grew up, and they had separate matches. But at the end of the card, after the main event, Yuto Ice came out and challenged Hiroshi Tanahashi to a match in a city close to their hometown because Yuto Ice wanted to be part of his retirement tour. Getting a match with him since they had so much in common. They had the match like a night or two ago, and which was the main event for that event. And at the end of the match, Kazuchika Okada comes out and challenges Hiroshi Tanahashi to be his last opponent at Wrestle Kingdom, January the 4th. Now, everybody was speculating as to who was going to be Hiroshi Tanahashi's last match, just like they were with John Cena. This makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
These two came up together. They didn't come up together. Hiroshi Tanahashi was, as I've said in the past, Hiroshi Tanahashi is pretty much the John Cena of New Japan.
Yep.
At a time when New Japan was on its lowest and was about to close up, Hiroshi Tanahashi got the belt and built that company back up to where it became viable again. Hiroshi Tanahashi was the catalyst in making what New Japan is right now. Okada at the time was still in the dojo, coming out of getting ready to graduate, and they had him. And when he came back from his excursion, came back and at some point challenged Hiroshi Tanahashi to for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. That's when the Rainmaker Miracle happened, and Okada beat Tanahashi for the IWGP belt.
Right.
which started what became the fairy tale run of Kazuchika Okada, making him the main guy in New Japan. So, being that they have so much together, so much history together, they pretty much Hiroshi Tanahashi pretty much made Kazuchika Okada, and they made each other over the course of time. It just makes sense that these two guys are put together for Tanahashi's last match. And I just hope to God and anybody else, anybody prays to, that we get the actual Rainmaker and not Bitch Boy that we've been getting here recently in AEW.
Right.
Now, one thing that made me happy about this situation is the fact that he came out with Gato. In the height of his title reigns, Gato was his manager.
Right.
So was Okada's manager. So him coming out with Gato, him going into the ring and him challenging Tanahashi for this match, as Tanahashi's last match at Wrestle Kingdom, the 20th anniversary of Wrestle Kingdom. This could be your main event for Wrestle Kingdom.
It should be.
Now, they've already set up Konosuke Takeshita as the IWGP World Champion, going up against the IWGP Global Champion Yota Tsuchi, title versus title, which is supposed to be the main event. But I believe this match right here could trump that.
Yeah. I agree. Definitely has to go last. I'll be watching that one for sure. Well, potentially, depending on what time it come on. Gotta see what day January.
It's gonna if it does what it's supposed to do, it will be on January 4th, regardless of what day of the week that is. If it's on a Sunday, if it's on a Tuesday, it's going to be on January 4th. It's going to be shown. It's going to start at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, that's going to be an early one, but well worth it. So, KG, I know you got something that you want to touch on, so we'll kind of segue into that. Just wanted to put out there. I know there's been a lot, but somebody that is coming out of Halloween, still pretty close to Halloween. We did unfortunately lose Tony Todd, arguably one of the best horror actors that we've had, in my generation. From the voice, the we talk about wrestling and the facial expressions and things like that, and the movements. If you like, well, what has Tony Todd been in? If you haven't even seen him in Final Destination, I mean, he's been in a lot. But Tony Todd,
wasn't he Candyman?
Yeah.
You do know this is a year ago, right?
I know.
Just wanted to make sure.
Did you see November 6th?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still hits hard.
Look, man.
Fresh off of Halloween.
Let me tell you something.
It hits hard.
I'm going to tell you
why? Let me tell you why. Because the other day I watched, because it's streaming now, the last Final Destination, and we didn't do anything for him last year. We didn't. No.
Really? No, we definitely have not talked about Tony Todd at all.
So I'm trying to rectify that.
I'm sorry.
Because, I'm like, oh, man, that was his final appearance and all that stuff. Then I watched it. I was like, dang, and it made it a full circle movie. It's like, wow. So I just wanted to, put it out there and recognize Tony Todd, because the 6th just passed, 1 year anniversary. So, there you go. So
let me
forgot about you. Haven't forgot about you.
Night of the Living Dead, 1990, the remake. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That was my introduction to Tony Todd.
Wow. How old were you then? That was you had been like what, 7?
8.
8.
Get ready to turn 9 when that came out.
Okay.
So that was my introduction to Tony Todd. And then him in Final Destination, of course, he's a staple, but him as Candyman.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
People used to be like, oh, go in the bathroom and say Candyman name 5 times. Okay. Like, I was never scared of Candyman because I'm like, yo, that's a black horror character. I'm with that. Like, dude, I'm gonna call your name, be like, yo, do you understand how much I love you?
And then he got murdered.
Like me. But Tony Todd was absolutely phenomenal in everything he played in. And then the way they did Final Destination, where they let him improvise his lines as a way of saying farewell. That right there. And like, you supposed to be scared with Final Destination. You sitting there boo-hoo crying.
Heck yeah, because I forgot about it. You know, to be honest with you, I just didn't get a chance to go see the last one in theaters. And then I was like, oh, I'll get to see it. And then it just slipped my mind. And as I was scrolling through, I was like, I didn't watch that. And then I was like, oh, then, yep, just like you said, I was in my feelings because I was waiting for the scene. And then when they finally got there, I was like, oh, killed me. But you go ahead, KG. I just wanted to, get that out there and make sure we rectify the wrong from last year.
I got you. No, I'm trying to figure out what I got.
Was that not for here? Well, we got
that 2 minutes for tomorrow morning. So you want to know what that 2 minutes is? I need you to tune into that. Tune into the Sunday Rise tomorrow morning. Because
Ms. V.
Huh?
Ms. V, we haven't done
we definitely we talked about it earlier in this week on Tuesday. One of our contributors in the comments always held us down in the comments. Ms. V Williams passed away Tuesday, and it's been a week-long tribute because it's like it doesn't feel real. It's like you feel close to somebody you've never met in person, but they've supported you on every show. Like, she commented on every show across the network, and we gave her flowers where she could smell them, and we damn sure can give her flowers now, most definitely. So, fly high, Miss V. I'll be checking in with the Midnight Rider to find out when her services are, and maybe we can, as a collective, we can send some flowers or something. Hopefully.
Yeah, we can figure that out for sure. But definitely want to make sure that here on the flagship show of the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network, we definitely recognize Ms. V because she's commented multiple times. Just out of nowhere, it just pops in. You guys are doing a great job. I enjoy the show. Even a couple times, leave Sumo alone. I remember those. So some great opportunities there, from a friend to the show, of every show, and of the network. So definitely will be missed as one of the voices in the chat rooms and stuff like that. So not trying to end on a rough note. We had Tony Todd than that, but pivoting to the rest of the network, KG, Sunday Rise, he's got a banger for you. He said the first 2 to 3 minutes, he's about to light up something. May have some beef. Who knows? But then don't forget about the Matty Ices, the Coach Devons, the Gentleman Jacks, the Tuesday night flight with that airplane mode, Thursday night throwdowns, the gridirons. Am I missing one? I think I got everybody, right? No. Yeah, they got everybody.
Yeah, you got everybody.
Yeah, I got everybody.
Oh, Unapologetic Sports.
Yep, that's coming. I feel like KG, like years ago, we used to name all the podcast things.
Yeah.
Used to be able to do it by heart.
Yeah.
I was like, how you know all that? I couldn't do it. So once we got the pod tail, I'm like, ain't this some shit?
You lost your mind.
Yeah. Shoot, I had to pay for this free tail we got right now in the beginning of the show. I'm like, God dang. But either way, check us out.
Before you go.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys know this, but I loaded something very, very nice.
No, I didn't see that. So It's an end of the show thing, or is it
it's not it's a sound bite. We had 363 followers on, or let me rephrase that, 363 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, by December 31st, I want to get to 500. December 31st, 500, right? That's 137 subscribers. So let me play this first now, and I'll explain why I'm saying this.
Subscribe and like with YouTube. Subscribe and like with YouTube. Subscribe and like with YouTube. Subscribe and like with YouTube.
If we get 137 followers by December 31st, for each one of those followers, that's $1 that goes into Meatloaf's college and job fund. That's $137 that I'll put in there for Meatloaf. And her birthday's coming up in March. So
bless it.
Let's do it. Let's 137 subscribers. That's all we need to get to 500. Yeah, I'm bringing in the kids because I need 500 because I got a goal for next year. So let me get this goal right, and I can get halfway to that goal.
Just be careful because Loch Ness Monster may show up with that 350.
Look here. Meatloaf come first for the Loch Ness Monster.
Me open that door, Meatloaf be like, oh, it's so and so. Like, oh, really? What's so and so doing here? And then next thing you know, it's the Loch Ness Monster asking for that 350.
Then you know what I do to the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh man. Oh god.
You about to get us shut down, man. Stop.
You about to
get us shut down.
It's bad enough. BBL, god dang, I'm just like, well, guess it's gonna be the last show then. That's really what they're gonna say. How did we get here? KG played the song too long.
Man, we got hit. What was that? Week before last, we got hit with we can't I think we were blocked in the UK for something. And it wasn't music, it was something that was shown on the screen. I'm like, that's the thing about
in the UK? What the hell y'all want to get blocked in the UK, bro?
I don't know. But that's the thing that I don't like about.
But guess what? Somebody watches in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. Worldwide, this spaceship goes.
Controversy creates cash.
Hello, United Kingdom. We would like to tell you that we greatly appreciate you joining the Sideline Junkies Wrestlemaniacs tonight on the mothership. Most importantly, we're going to tell you, like we tell all these other crazy ass Americans that don't want to listen to us, but we really do mean it. Diversify your motherfucking bonds.
Oi, bruv.
180.
Konnichiwa, bitches.